next session in preparation.
I can also
Okay.
bring the chart that was made during that meeting, which was the official transcript from the board in terms of the goals they recommended. I'd be glad to provide that also.
I think we,
No, the minutes are sufficient, thank you.
yeah, I think
Okay.
we just need to look at what we had said, we need the test scores, the goals that the superintendent's office put together, and realign what our thoughts were on that. Because it may be that we maybe add one more category and it makes it complete.
Perfect. Okay, very good. Anything else? Okey-doke, we're good with that. I'm going to move back to new business with a rolling calendar. We have our next meeting October 3rd. We have a committee meeting for personnel at 7 p.m. We have a regular executive session at 7:30. We have another meeting October 17th, executive at 7:30, and regular at 8 o'clock. We also have a negotiation meeting on September 28th. 28th, and then also October, is it 2nd or 3rd? I think it might be 2nd.
Second, I think it's the second.
Okay.
I don't think it's the second.
Hold on, I'll check.
Yeah, check. I think it's after that. That's October 16th.
Okay,
Yeah.
October 16th, and that's for the negotiation committee, actually. And then New Jersey School Board Association has two events coming up on September 29th. We have the Healthcare Summit through Manufacturers Insurance Group, and then we have Charter Schools and Choice on October 19th. Are you attending that one, Mike?
Yes.
You would be there. If anyone else would like to attend either one of these events, please let Kathy Jench know so that she can register you. Okay, now, again, on to the public. Thank you for being so patient. I'm sorry. And hopefully it is stopped raining by now. We might be in a different weather zone by now. Again, this is open to the public about any items at this point. If you'll just stand and give us your name and address for the record. We'll be talking for 3 minutes each for a grand total of 30 minutes. I'll open it up to the public at this point.
Okay, Monica Pelestis, 393 West Blackwell Street, Dover. I want to thank the members of our staff who came and gave a presentation tonight. It's exciting to see that we're using technology to reach out to the parents in terms of Naviance, and I think that that's a really positive thing that we need to be doing because as Philip said, you know, oftentimes our kids don't necessarily tell us that they have something in the backpack. So I thought that that was a very, very positive thing. I'm going to loop it around to something that I've brought up a number of times here at prior Boards of Ed meetings over the last year. During your presentation regarding what a Board of Education does, a Board of Education creates policy. That's your job. That's your primary job. That is it. It's your job to create the policy. It's Mr. Becker's job to carry out that policy. Now, I've been saying for a long time, I want to know what the policies are. How do I get information regarding the policies? They're not on the website. Well, interestingly, I went on the website today to check one policy that was on the website, which is required to be there, which is your HIP policy, and I noticed that you have Strauss Esme as your company. Strauss Esme gives you all of your policies in electronic form. Now, I was told at a prior meeting that the reason that you don't post them, the reason that you don't post the policies on the website was the difficulty in doing that. And my question to you is this. I want to understand the board's rationale for not posting policy when we are community members who want to know what it is that you think. How do you develop the policies? What are the things that you're doing? We should be able to just click on the link because Strauss Esme sends it to you electronically. And so my question is, first, I'd really like to know the rationale for not having all of the policies there where I can take a look at them and know, and maybe not have to come and ask these types of questions. And the second part, I'm just going to ask Mr. Herman to not tell me that it's not a legal requirement, because obviously as a board attorney, I know it's not a legal requirement, and that's not the answer I'm looking for. The answer I'm looking for is, if you're using Strauss Esme, they give you electronic copies, you don't share them with the community. That's been my frustration. So if you're hearing frustration from the community, that's my frustration. Just tell me, you're a policy body, you're a policy-making body. I don't understand why I don't have access to the policies.
Thank you for your comment. Next.
Diana Grisales, Salem Village, 94 Orange Drive. If I understood correctly, this is going back to the board goals. You're still working on the board goals because you're waiting for results, and now you're going to revisit board goals so they align with all the other goals. So my question is, are the board goals available to the public once they're finished? Will they be available to the public? If so, when and how? Thank you.
Very good, thank you for your question. Anyone else?
Yeah,
Yes, Mr. Lane.
how you doing, Rodney Lane, 68 Prospect Street, Dover? It's been a while since I've been a participant, but my time is at a couple hours tonight. A couple things I wanted to touch upon. Number one, 1992, the Dover High School football team was 11-0, ranked number 5 in the state of New Jersey. That was the greatest football team in the history of Dover football, and this is its 25th year anniversary. So I was wondering, is there anything that's going to be done to commemorate that, the greatest team in the history of Dover? And Morris County did a ranking of all-time Morris County, and they're ranked in the top 10 of Morris County, period, since the beginning of time. So I think that might be good. Number two, I just want to touch upon the facilities are impeccable here. Just from being an educator, being around, the facilities are great. It's second to none. Everything's good, immaculate, clean, all that. The guidance department, the young ladies from the guidance department, well-spoken, detailed information. Salute. I applaud that. Thank you. A couple things that I wanted to talk about is, you talked about healing here, healing. And I'm going to see where I found something, where I found a small flaw. First of all, the delivery in the message. You did a survey where people were allowed to give your opinions. It was data. The data was submitted. You submitted, and then you put out the results of the data. But in the putting out the results of the data, it was slanted with a personal slant of what you felt, what you may have felt. An example. I'll give you one example. They talked about the field usage as an example, and some people felt that the facilities were not available for the public, and others felt that it was. Some of the comments were, they played soccer, on the concrete, and on the asphalt, and they kicked the ball over to the other field. They walk around the fields. It's open to the community. Blah 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 blah. To me, personally, I just felt that the data should have been given. What is the answer? What did the members feel? And leave it at that. But once you start getting into, it is available for everybody, well, it just, you're sort of slanting it towards like your perspective, and it becomes from a person from the outside looking in. I can tell you exactly, for every one of those questions, I can tell exactly what you thought. And it shouldn't, like, if you want healing, it has to be, maybe you shouldn't have to present, maybe the lawyer, maybe the attorney, but when you're delivering a message based upon data, when you have responses that I can tell every one of your thoughts by the response, it's a little troubling, and I don't think that's heading towards healing. Also, secondly, the code of conduct. I follow this stuff very closely, and I know there's a series of tables and delays. I think that it should just go, I think it should go through. I think it should go through because when it was originally set, the code of conduct was originally set and it was targeting.
It's the 3-minute mark.
You can give me the 1-minute warning so I can know?
Mr. Herman is not Mr. Cruz, so.
I won't get to 1 minute? 'Cause I would have altered my response if I would have known, you know?
I'm sorry. Can you wrap up your?
Yeah, basically, yeah, I would have altered, did I get the 1 minute?
Okay.
All right, so basically, I'm sorry, I would have altered it. All right, so basically what I'm saying is, as far as the code of conduct, I think it's needed because I think it was originally intended and pointed towards certain members. So if you were gonna point it, and because I was here when the lady came in and she was going over the stuff, and I saw the questions that would arise, and once again, I saw the slant towards, he was pointing at somebody, he was pointing at you, I didn't know names. So if that's the case, let's just go through with it. That's just how I feel about it.
Thank you for your
Thank you.
comment. Anybody else?
Question about the track at Dover Middle School. Is it
Your
open?
name and address, please. I'm
Brian
sorry.
Lozano, 27 Guy Street.
Thank you.
The track at Dover Middle School, is it open to the public? And if not, why?
Okay, thank you for your question. Mr. Becker, did you want to respond with anything? I just wanted to respond with your question quickly. Is the track open to the public on an open basis? No, it is not. It is a running track. It's not a walking track. It's a running track. And it is open to use by track teams, by use of permit. The town recreation department has a track team. They've been using it now since it was first opened, so it's been 3 seasons now, I believe, that they've been using it. And then our track team uses it, but it is not open to the general public. And there is no lighting there on the track part itself, so it's not open in the evening at all. So I hope that answers your question. Anything else? Okay, no other questions from them?
Can I just?
Yes. Oh, Mr. Marion, yes, please. Let me, is it something about a question that we just went through?
No, it's just a
Okay,
public comment.
I'm going to give you a
Okay.
moment. I'm going to close. If there's no one else from the public that has any comments, I'm going to close the public comment portion. Thank you again for coming this evening and for your patience sitting through our evaluation. Mr. Marion, yes, go ahead.
I just wanted to make a quick comment. I wanted to come here and thank the Board of Education personally and the Central Office Administration for your continued support of the administration, the teachers, the staff, and the students at Academy Street School. The purchase of the 12 new interactive boards that you just made for our school is greatly appreciated by everyone in the school community. Our teachers are very excited to get this technology into their hands and use it to enhance their lessons. They asked if I'd be coming to the board meeting tonight and that if I could please pass their thanks along on to you. And they made a little thank you card that they wanted me to get into your hands, so I told them I definitely would
Thank you very
do that
much.
for them. So here's a thank you for the Board of Education.
Thank you very
And here's
much.
a thank you for the Central Office Administration
Thank you.
from Academy Street School.
And I know you should see them at back to school.
Yes.
I actually saw Ms. Milborn, I saw Ms. Horan, I saw Ms. Metzger has a new one also, and they're so excited and so happy. They're beautiful.
They really are. And I want to say thank you, Mr. Goins, and his team for installing them so quickly to get the technology into the
It's really, it's when you come out of the classroom, you look up at the outside of the building, and say, this is a building from the 1800s, and they have 2020 technology.
Yes.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Thank you very much for
And
coming.
are they planning the Academy Awards again?
Every year, that's our new staple.
And I thank all of our administrators for being here this evening. Thank you, and thank you for your patience. Thank you, everyone. Okay, anything else from the board? No other questions, no comments? I'll take a motion to close then, please. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Great, thank you very much, everyone. Kathy, we'll make sure that goes up in our boardroom, right on our board.
Doctor, how are you? My points on point.